Hey there. Welcome to another episode of Heart and Hustle, Visionary Healers, Movers, and Shakers. I am your host, Paulette Rees-Denis, here to bring you magic makers from around the globe, people who are creating change, who have small businesses, large businesses, hobbies, but they are creating the life of their dreams. And that, my friends, is what living is all about. So let us know how you like this episode. Please subscribe, and we'll see you there. Thanks for joining. Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Heart and Hustle, Visionaries, Healers, Movers, Shakers. And I am your host, Paulette Rees-Denis. I am here in Southern California, and I'm with this beautiful woman, Haleh Shoa, who's also in LA. So we're like 2 hours apart.
Depending on traffic.
Yeah, well, there's that. But I'm really excited I'm excited to meet her, and I'm excited to share her with you in this episode. And we are going over 200 episodes now that I've been doing this, and I'm so excited to just keep moving forward and gathering up this beautiful entourage of gorgeous people who are creating magic, who are making change in the world, who are bringing goodness to people. And Haleh, you've done lots of things.
I have.
Yeah, well, welcome. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. I've done lots of things, and I think I'm from different universes too.
Okay, good. Yes. I love it. I love it. So tell us a little bit about what's going on with you.
Well, I am in Los Angeles, and at the time of this recording, it's April 2025, and we are healing from our wounds of the fire still.
Oh.
And I'm proud to say that last weekend, I sort of dug deep in my heart in terms of like, how can I give back to my city of angels? And I decided to look for some sponsors to host an event where we scanned over 42,000 photos for folks around the Los Angeles area for free. And we did it over 3 days. We served 69 families and we scanned 42,000 photos. 42,032, I believe, was the total count. And yeah, and it was sponsored by Epson America and the photo managers through whom I am certified. I know I skipped some chapters, but that's really, you asked me what's going on. I'm still sort of reeling and, trying to regain my energy spiritually, emotionally, and physically from that. But also just so grateful that I'm able to not only have a business where I can save family photos and tell their stories, but also be able to give back and do it.
Yes. So we need to talk about that. So Picturli
Picturli, yep.
Picturli is your business, and that's what she's talking about, people, is that she has this beautiful business of helping you organize, archive photos, memories, and I mean, you've done so many things, and now is this your main focus right now?
Yeah, that's my brainchild from 2016. We started it in 2016. My corporate background was in advertising, but my heart was always in telling family stories because when my own family left Iran during the 1979 Iranian Revolution, they really didn't bring much with them except the family albums. And as I grew older and I really wanted to reconnect with my own past, it was really through the photographs that I could sort of remember my childhood, and through asking my family about other family members that I had lost contact with because my own cousins are in 4 different continents. And when I was growing up, it was just through the photographs where I could really remember my childhood. I've never been back. I don't know if I can go back anytime soon.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, I always say photographs are the gateway to our memories and really to our past and to our ancestors.
And the thing is, too, now, because everyone can take a million photographs, right, with their phone. And now they have, like me, have millions of photos on my phone. I'm not the most organized person in the world. Um, so what you're doing is helping people consolidate and organize and step back
Exactly.
step
Yeah,
back into the past as well as organize the present.
absolutely. Yeah.
My God, I need you in my life. Oh my gosh.
The thing is, we're going through, humanity is going through so many changes right now, no matter, what color your skin is, where you live, what side of the aisle, as they say, you're from. We're all going through changes right now. And, I believe we've all signed up to be here because we are spiritual beings having a human experience. But with this change that we're going through, we're seeing the emergence of AI, which has been around for decades, but it's really emerging into everyday life.
Mhm.
And, the beauty of, I mean, there's a lot of scary things that can happen with AI, but we're not going to go there. The beauty of AI is that it can help us automate certain things, such as you using Otter AI to take notes of this conversation,
I
so that we can remain as creative beings, because I do believe that the human experience is to be creative and to create.
yes, amen.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, and like, I created Picturli because I loved to be able to not only create family stories in the way that families want to be able to tell it, but also I really love creating photo books and gallery walls and
Mhm.
things like that. So fret not if you're not organized. There's a system out there and a person who knows how to use that system that will be able to help you so that you can continue being your amazing creative self.
Oh, it's so good. That's so beautiful. So beautiful because we all need help. We can't do it all, right? We can't do it all. We got to do the thing that means the most to us, in all levels, emotionally, physically, spiritually, monetarily. Uh,
Yeah.
we just can't do everything. And to have someone, teach us, show us, help us, advise us, whatever, to do some of the things that mean a lot, but you just never have time for it, like me. You just don't have time for it. But and I come from a photography background.
Oh,
Yeah, so I was a photographer. Another lifetime. I've had many lifetimes, like you have. Um, I did that. I got my degree in photography from the San Francisco Art Institute.
oh, amazing.
Yeah.
It's funny. I love to work with photographers because while they're amazing creators, they're not organized at all.
Thank you.
Because they're so in the moment, right? So you're in the moment, you're like capturing that feeling or, the scenery. I don't know what kind of photographer you are, but then when it's over and you process everything, you sort of don't take the time to organize it. So I actually have a lot of photographer clients because they're like, I don't know what I did.
Yeah, right, right. Oh, I can identify with that one. So, what I want to ask you is, I mean, you've been through all these different phases in your corporate world and your business world, and you're developing your business kind of world. But what do you do? I mean, you've been through the revolution. You were talking about the revolution in '79, um, and you're in LA now. And what feeds you? What do you do for yourself? See, that's so important to me when I talk to interview people. Is like, what's your daily ritual? What's the thing that helps you move through so you can make the best out of your business?
That's such a great and important question. I um I make sure that I nourish my body with lots of water. I try and walk every day. I have a mindful practice. I practice gratitude sort of as the day goes by. I'm
Big one.
try to notice the glimmers, as they say. I'm working with a life coach right now. Her name is Carrie Rose. She's incredible. And, through this program, one of the first things is just notice the glimmers in your day, the little magical moments of your guides just saying hello. So I see numbers all day long. whether it's 1111, 111, 222, 000, my phone is on military time. And so like I just see all day long. I see and I'm like, okay, thank you. Got it. I'm being held. And that's the way I'm interpreting it. Like some other people may feel a little differently. I mean, not negatively, but differently about what that means for them. For me, it's just like I feel like, okay, I'm being held. I'm being seen by my angels. But so noticing the glimmers to be grateful for, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's right now, it's springtime and all the flowers are blooming and there's just so many smells at night, beautiful smells when I go for a walk. It's
Right.
just like, we have to, I mean, again, everything is in transition. Our entire world is going through and transition is hard. It's the year of the snake. It's the year of shedding. It's the year of transitions. It's all of us. It's for all of us. And so we have to remind ourselves of why. Why
Yes.
me?
Why? Why is the best question yet?
Why? Yeah. And when, having your own business is so hard. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with. And reminding myself that I am blessed to be able to do this.
Mm,
Not like, why is this happening to me? But like, okay, I get to do this. I'm blessed to do it.
exactly. Yeah.
And so it changes the energy of the why, right?
Right, right. It's so good. It's like you have to step into your desires and know why you're doing it. And then go down why, like 7 levels deep, why. To really get to the core, because then that gives you the impetus, the excitement, the passion, and momentum. I mean, my coaching practice, I'm also a life coach. My coaching practice is called Movement, Momentum, and Magic. You gotta have you got to have the movement. You got to create the momentum to create
Mhm.
your own magic.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, exactly. And staying within your own power, reminding yourself of, what your power is, why you're here. It's hard. I mean, it's hard it's easy for me to say this right now, but practicing it,
Right.
it takes a lot of mindfulness to be able to practice it
Right. And you have to
all
keep
the time.
reminding yourself. And then you need support system. Like you said, you have a coach, which is, you know, fantastic. Everybody needs a coach. I need a coach. I usually
Everyone
have
needs a
three
coach.
coaches at a time, but you
Yeah,
know,
exactly. I mean, I'm also a coach.
oh,
That's
good.
a
See,
separate conversation, but I'm
yeah,
also a life and business coach.
see,
And so yes, I mean, a doctor goes to the doctor,
yeah.
you know. We all need support. We
We
all
do
need
need
support.
support. And why is it that women are afraid to ask for help or afraid to invest in their visions or afraid to invest in their careers?
Because
It's
we've been lied to. We've been lied to.
yeah,
The lie is the believing the judgment that we've put on ourselves, that is our truth. It's the judgment of society that we don't deserve to ask for a raise. It's the believing in that, believing in the judgment that women are less than. And so as soon as we break the barrier of stopping of our belief system of sort of the patriarchal belief system that we have been raised in, then we start seeing really the fact that we are the master creators. Without women, there would be no life. Yes,
absolutely.
of course, without men, there would be no life either.
Yeah, yeah,
But where a man is there to hold us in terms of protecting and serving us, but it's protecting and serving the master creator, right?
yeah.
So it's the energy of making sure that they hold the master creator, which is the female energy and the female body.
Mhm. Which we're having a hard time in this country with these days.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a whole nother story. But I know it's just craziness every freaking day. Um, so, okay, so what else do you do for yourself? What's a typical day for you? How many hours a week do you work, and how many hours a week do you use for yourself and your own joy and pleasure?
I work all the time, but I'm not at work all the time. That makes sense.
Kind of.
It's kind of this thing where I'm starting to notice that it's a very consuming. So one of the ways where I need to mention this for anyone who's suffers through or has a magical ADHD brain,
Mm.
that I have a magical ADHD brain, and she doesn't always want to be She's very creative, but for an organization studio, it's like it's funny that my brain is disorganized, you know.
Oh my God, you're tripping me out. Okay.
And it's hilarious because in execution I'm very organized, but in my head, I am not organized in my head. So what happens is that it spins a lot, and at night it's like I sort of go into the zone out mode and I watch really funny shows, or not so funny shows. Like I like documentaries as well, but I feel like I'm stuck in this kind of a very intense documentary right now. So unless a documentary is like light and fluffy or about plants and animals, I find myself not being able to watch like historical documentaries, and I'm like, oh my God, this is happening again. But I watch TV, I go for walks. I love to cook. Cooking is my love language.
That's me, baby. That's me too.
Yeah, my mom was a master chef, and she's 85 now, and it's hard for her to like lift, like Persian cuisine is very sort of rice heavy, and for her to be able to cook, you have to like parboil the rice, and it's like a giant pot of water. It's hard for her to like,
Mm.
lift that water to make the rices and chop a lot of things. There's so much chopping involved in Persian cuisine, because there's so many herbs that
Mm.
get put into our cuisine that is so yummy. But I love it. I love to cook. I love to host. Community is really important, which is one of the reasons why, again, I started Picturli, is because I do believe that I come from a really tight family, and I'm blessed to come from a
Mm.
tight family. Um, uh, and there's 24 now, first cousins, who are on 4 different continents, and the age difference is ginormous. But we're all really close to each other, and I really do believe that creating a community, even if it's not your family members, it's so important for us to have that, especially right now, to nourish our souls. I mean, we are communal beings.
Absolutely. I
We're
mean,
mammals. Mammals are communal. Mammals and birds, they play. They're communal. We're not cold-blooded.
and play is a good word there because I don't think we play enough.
Yeah, and it's like, how do I nourish myself? I don't play, and I used to daydream a lot. I
Mm.
don't know about you, but I like in my 20s, I remember I'm starting to get these visions of that I would just lay in my bed and daydream a lot.
Mm.
And I think that those moments of daydreaming are now taken up by me checking on my phone, whether it's going through social media and reading the news constantly, um, or just catching up with like, businessy stuff on my phone or on a screen. That I'm trying to harness, even by going for a walk, half an hour during the day. I'm trying to harness that,
Mm.
sort of like put your phone away and just go for a walk and just daydream and see what comes up, you
And
know?
just look around you. Just
Yeah,
be present, right? Just be present.
yeah.
I'm I think we're sisters. I think I'm like the same thing going on. Yeah, that phone thing. But what you said earlier is funny because I find myself watching a lot of comedies or a lot of comedians because I've found some truly hilarious people that I just sit there and laugh. You know,
Yeah.
it's like ridiculous. It's like, oh, but it lightens me up instead of focus on the work or focus on whatever. I love it. Anyway, that's just a little aside there, but we gotta laugh.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Wow. So good. Okay, so ADHD. Yep, right there with you. And I also love to cook. I cook all the time. I'm vegan, but I love really great, I love to cook. I love great food. I love great meals. I love communal eating. I cook for people all the time. Even part of my job is I cook dinners for people, um, like a catering. And I just love it because I love feeding people and I love nourishing people and I love having them taste things they've never tasted before or and to make their life easier and beautiful. It all goes around. But there's nothing better than having a table full of people, right?
It's
Community.
amazing. Hmm.
Yeah, that's so good. Breaking bread together. So what's next for you?
Um, well, I am thinking about developing some workshops to help people sort of start thinking about how to organize their collections. There's so many people who have so much and they don't even know where to start, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So I am composing some ideas on how I could do this online and how I could do it in person. I think it's really hard to do it in person because you don't want to schlep a room full of, a lot of people have like rooms full of, especially if they have kids that were born in the 90s and before, they have so many albums and just old memorabilia. And if they're of European descent, they're going to have tons and tons of stuff from their mom and their grandmother. And so it's like, where do we even begin? So it's, to do some workshops to teach people how to do this. I'm thinking of that and planning some vacays because that's also necessary. I've never
Mm-hmm.
been to Japan, even though I have a cousin who lives in Japan. Thinking about that. And so, yeah,
Go. Do it.
yeah.
Do it. Yeah. Um, God, I just lost my train of thought there. I had a really great thing I was going to say, and it's gone. Um, okay, well, it'll come back. It's all right. It'll come back. I'm having a moment, but uh, I'm just excited for the work that you're doing, and it's so important, and to keep all those memories organized. Organized. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So it must be so fun for you to see these people's histories and their stories because I love people's stories. That's part of why I do this podcast is to get people's stories. And so you get to see up close and personal a lot of these stories. It must be just fascinating.
Yeah, it's really wonderful. I was telling someone the other day that I had a client whose 103-year-old grandfather who served in World War II, who was Jewish, served in World War II and had three scrapbooks of postcards that of every village that they went in the sort of the liberation. He was part of the Liberation Army and he had like two silver prints postcards of Hitler as well. And of course, the family didn't want the grandson who was in his 40s. He didn't really care for any of the postcards, but I thought it had important historical elements. We didn't need to scan and archive it that way. So, we came up with the solution of donating it to the Holocaust Museum in Los Angeles, and they are more than happy to
Oh,
receive that.
oh, I bet. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. So, we help our clients come up with different solutions for being able to donate and being able to help their memories be useful, even if it's not useful for them. Because, the thing is, like, our parents could have gone on so many vacations, and while those memories were really fun for our parents, I don't care of the waterfalls that my mom saw in Norway when she went on a tour by herself. That is something that stokes a joy in her memory right now. But for me to see it, it means nothing to me unless my mother is in the photo. So another thing that is super important to us is in sort of guiding our clients to keeping the memories that you think will be helpful to your great grandchild. You know, so if you're looking at something, is your great grandchild going to look at it and go, why did they decide to scan this picture of sky? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, yeah, we go to Hawaii and there's amazing photos of the birds and the sky and the ocean. They're meaningless if there's no one in them.
Yeah.
So curating your collection is a very, very important part of the process that we essentially do for all of our clients. And if the client can't afford for us to curate it, we sort of guide them. We coach them along as to how they can curate it themselves and, you know, essentially teach them the questions to ask themselves on what to keep and what not to keep. But the stories are always incredible. Yeah, I mean, I just got another client who is a coin expert. So if you have like old coins, he's the guy who can tell you exactly what it's worth and what era it's from, no matter where it is,
Yeah.
from and he discovered about 50 years ago or so, he discovered that he's also Jewish, but he discovered that in the camps in World War II, that they essentially created their own monetary system with stones. And they started bartering things and like they created a whole each camp had its own monetary system, which I mean, I cannot wait to talk to him more about this. And right now we are scanning all the articles that he wrote about that. And of course, like, I don't want to stop and read it because we need to get, I want to make sure I finish his project. But I mean, like, every family has so many stories. Like, how fascinating is that? I had no idea about this, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah. And just everybody's like the coin guy, is like everybody has a different passion and
Exactly.
something that you've never even thought of, and it's like, what? Wow. Whoa. And just how cool that is that and wanting everyone to follow their passions, is also just really important. But and to not squash those dreams down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, whew, oh my gosh, so fun. Oh my gosh, Holly. So thank you for spending time with me and with us in Heart and Hustle Land today. I'm so glad to meet you,
Thank you.
neighbor, sister.
Thank you.
So good. And just bringing great things to the world and helping people organize their lives, which, is it's so needed.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So, anyway, thanks for being here. I really appreciate you.
Thank, thank you so much, Paulette. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and thank you everyone in Heart and Hustle Land. Thanks for joining us for yet another episode into my 200s. I am Paulette Rees-Denis, your host, your lifestyle coach, your movement motivator, and passion instigator. And I just love that you're here. We'd love to know your comments, questions. Please share with me or with Haleh. I will give you, of course, all her contact information. And many blessings to all of you until we meet again. Love you.